So Akai has just released MPC stems. They were advertised as the revolution in sampling and all that. We already had that with like Serato and other stuff. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically breaking down a sample from a song that you're sampling into stems such as drums, bass, vocals, and other. You basically get 4 stems with like those 4 things. And Akai just released their take on that whole like thing on the software, and apparently you can do it now. I just bought it. It's like $10, and I want to put it to the test. Like, this is not going to be me making a beat kind of a video. I just want to test out like how far can you push it. Like, is it going to be any good with like old music, like from the 1940s or whatever? Is it going to be good with like any new music, or is it just going to be good for like soul from the 70s and 80s? Like, that's the thing I'm interested in. But let's roll the intro and let's put it to the test. Right, so let's start out with rap. Fuck it, let's just start out with a rap. And this is a song that I did a couple of years back, like 3 years ago. This is me rapping, this is me on the beat and all of that. But I just want to see if it's gonna like separate the stems properly. So let's do it. Na radio nego dobiju maničnu paniku svaki put jebem ti tu palanku gde svi sisaju jednog basicu i tu kasicu brasicu razbiću jednog dana uparam pačak može ne sada od bebo ti pada škola sama luka laba što me prati od kraja do kraja može da mi oliže jaja odglavit će do šmara jer ne kapira da prati kralja ja sam moralna gromada šta je bilo sada kada shvatite da nema boljeg žavu došao je po svoje ide od momentole možete da sagnete. Alright, it did the whole thing. Keep. Alright, so let's go into sample edit. So the way you do it, let's just get rid of the right screen. There we go. The way you do it is you click on this thing here, and it asks you like which stems do you want to take it out. And I'll just do like all the stems, do it, and let's wait and see what's going to happen. I just saw that it's very CPU intensive, so I don't know what's gonna happen if because like this whole thing is running on the PC. It's not running on my MPCX. So it has the same processor as the Key 37, right? So I don't know if this thing is gonna be able to handle it, or like how long will it take to take out the stems on a standalone, because like this is not standalone, this is running on my PC. And granted, I do have OBS, Premiere, and the MPC software running on like currently right now on my PC, but then again, Jesus. All right, let's see what it heard. This is the music. I don't think this is good, honestly. Granted, this is like over compressed and over fucking like just limited and clipped and all of that, and it's like just synths and shit. But then again, I don't know. To me, this is not usable. Sounds like a bad MP3 from and some bass came through. Okay. Sounds like a bad MP3 from like their like 90s, early 2000s. All right, let's hear the other ones. Vocals. Right on the forward. I can hear the snare. Yeah, this ain't good. All right, vocals, other drums. I'm hoping that the drums are gonna be good. It still has like a lot of artifacts. I would say that a kick is probably usable. Let's see if we can just get the kicks isolated. It's not even the kicks, it's like kick and the 808 hi-hat. All right, let's see if there's another kick here. Yeah, you can take out a kick from a hip-hop song. Maybe even a snare. Let's see. That's pretty fucking good. That's pretty fucking good. Like, if you wanna steal samples from people, like, you can do it with this. Yeah, the hi-hat sounds like shit. Let me hear the other one. A bit better, but still. I mean, you could potentially clean it up, but the vocals, no. Like the vocals and like the main music, just no. Like that, it's unusable. It's like sounds like a demon. Also, I'm nasally right now compared to the song. I'm nasally right now because I'm sick as a dog. But yeah, it's not good. It's not supposed to sample hip hop. Okay, so it's not supposed to sample hip hop. So let's try something else then. All right, so once more we're gonna sample one of my songs, and it's this one is in English, and this is on my old main channel, the gaming channel that it like, because I was doing gaming for a while because I gave up on music, but that's a long story. But now I'm back, and let's do this. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, play it here, and let's see what happens. This is like a rock song. All right. Didn't do the whole thing. We don't need more than 20 seconds. Like, this is just for science, basically. But let's try and stem this. So it's gonna be called Me Too. Sure, keep sample Me Too. Not gonna comment on that. Do it. Yeah, my cams are going crazy. It takes a while. I'm hoping that sound is fine. Yeah, so as I've said, it seems like it's like pretty CPU intensive, but let's see what it did. Let's actually see what it did. Like, you can hear that there are guitars there. You can hear that that's a guitar, but it doesn't have any body. It doesn't have, like, again, it just sounds like a MP3. You can hear the vocals, and I have like the cheap headphones because my main ones, well, they look like this basically. So these are the Neumanns. So, but even on the cheap headphones, I can hear cheap. By the way, cheap-ish. I can hear that like the vocal reverb is coming through. But yeah, let's see what else it did. The bass is surprisingly good. It does have some kind of like artifacts, like it's like 12-bit, and like the resolution of the sample is low. Like, there's a ring modulator on top of it. That's how it sounds. But it's very usable, like in making beats. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So the drums, as far as I remember, I played the hi-hat, I played the snare drum. The rest is from SSD or what is it called? Steven Slate drums. So let's hear it. Okay, again, the kick is good. The toms are just abysmal. And the first like snares are just like, come on, dude, where's the, like, I can see that there's some kind of a peak here, but it like, where's the transient? That's what I'm concerned about. It's not that bad. All right, so it's not that bad. You can take out the kicks and the snares. You can't use it as loops. Like, that's just not gonna work. It needs to be like unless you want it to sound like shit, honestly. But it needs to be like isolated kicks. Where's my snare? Come on, where's the snare? Snare doesn't sound like it has the bottom. It doesn't have any top. It's I don't like it. Although here, because here it like breaks through the mix, like it cuts through the mix a bit more. So I guess like you can use this one. Yeah, this one is pretty fucking good. So yeah, and let's hear the rest. Let's hear the vocals. Where are the vocals at?
Hold on, and you might make it home. Hold
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
to break us apart.
I mean, I know that it's super compressed. I know that there's like vocal fry that I just cannot do right now because I'm sick.
Break us apart.
I know that I have reverb on it and delays and everything, but
To break us apart. Hold on to whatever makes you. Hold on.
it's not bad.
Hold on.
Like, it's usable. Like, if you pitch it up, it might sound better. If you filter it out and filter out the lows,
Hold on to whatever makes
if you use like isotope RX and just like clean it up completely, then yeah, you're gonna have something that resembles a vocal, but it's not.
Hold on to whatever makes you whole. Hold on
Like, hold on sounds pretty good, but
to whatever makes you whole.
this is just like oof. But yeah, let's continue. The next test is gonna be how it like handles having two basses in a song. So this is Marcus Miller, like one of the most famous bass players ever, and he's a producer and he's like an amazing guy. But in this song, it's a pretty like soul-ish chill song, and the arrangement is pretty empty. It just flows, and it's all about the beat. It's about his soloing on the bass, but there's another like synth bass under it during the low end, because he's constantly like playing on the high end, even though like he's in the mid range. But for basses that we call it high. But never mind. Let's play it and let's see what's gonna happen. And of course, this is like a concert version because I don't want to get a copyright strike. God damn that groove, dude. All right, and it's done. And let's see what it heard. Oh, okay. So it knows that it's not a vocal. It knows that it's something else, but it doesn't understand that it's a solo instrument. I want to hear what it says about like what the vocals are for him. What? Dude, I just like discovered the best way to fucking make some horror sound effects on the MPC. So okay, the software didn't understand like that it's a solo instrument. So yeah, let's hear what it did. So all of the instruments went here. So I'm guessing that it realized that the sub bass or the synth bass is the actual bass, because I can't hear it here. It's not bad at all. Alright, so the cymbals are shit. God damn. Like, first of all, the groove. Secondly, dude, you can actually sample fucking lives. Like, it was a live performance, and you can just sample it and just take out the drums. Ooh. God damn. It's for this. Honestly, I would use it just for this. And I'm gonna use it just for this. Just for like taking drums out. And you know what? It's not like you can't hear the full kick. You can't hear like the drums are not good. But if you spend some time, you can take out kicks, snares, maybe even hi-hats, and make your own sample banks, basically. So it's good for that. Where'd the bass at? It got a sub bass, but it like the solo bass, Marcus's solo bass is coming through. Yeah, you can hear it here. Oh my god. But you know what? It's on me. I'm like deliberately trying to confuse it. All right, so we're gonna try something easier now, and this is just a loop off of Splice. It's just like it says hip hop, but like it's like a solo loop, but it has like vocals and it has like a choir, and I want to see if that actually like separates nicely. So let's do it. Yeah, this is the second part that I'm interested in. All right, let's see what it does. It just like breaks my PC. Okay, did it stop? Okay, so my PC has a 4090, a water-cooled 4090, and a 7950X AMD Ryzen. So it's not my PC. It's just like, well, again, I do have OBS and Premiere running in the background, but it's very CPU intensive, and I just don't know how it's going to work with the MPCX and the other like standalone versions, but sure. Yeah. See, like, this is what I was talking about. It's tuned more towards soul and like music like that, and this sounds really fucking good. Are the vocals coming through? Come on. They're not. Okay, so let's hear the vocals actually. Still a lot of artifacts. Like, listen, this could be good if we all agree that this is good. Because, like, we all agree that the artifacts that, like, vinyl produces and the artifacts from, like, a MPC 16, like a 12-bit sampler with, like, a bad sampling rate and all of that, we all agree that that sounds good to our ears because we all grew up on that kind of music and that kind of music production. So, like, this is technically bad, right? But is it usable? Yeah, it's very usable in a way, like it's just gonna inspire you and you're gonna make something good with it. But from like a standpoint of a professional mix engineer or like a professional sound engineer and like a mastering engineer, is this good? Like, is that like this sound here, right here, is it any good? No, like if you send me vocals that sound like this, I will just laugh at you and be like, dude, can you send me like a WAV file, not a fucked up MP3? But it can work, it can like add to your creative process. And of course, I'm pretty sure that the drums are going to be amazing. Come on, switch it. There we go. Where is it? Drums. Yeah, the snare is pretty good. I'm not sure about the kick. You can run it through a distressor and you can run it through a clipper and give it a new sound, but it has like the fundamental, a bit too much of the hi-hat, but I guess it's usable. But the snare, I think the snare is going to be much better. Let me see. Yeah, the snare is much better. It's like lo-fi, but fuck it. Again, it's like a bad MP3. But if you're just thinking out samples, and you tweak them afterwards, it might sound okay. Oh yeah, we didn't hear the bass. Where's the bass at? It's pretty good. It's like filtered out, and it still has like that ring modulation on top of it for whatever reason. But you can make like a synth bass with this. You can like sample it. You can make a synth bass with like a granule synthesis. It's pretty usable. Like that's the whole thing. It's usable. You can make kicks with it. You can make snares with it. Sometimes you can even make hats with it. You can sample like drum kits from like 80s. I would say late 70s and early 80s or mid 80s soul and all of that. That's gonna work great because that's when we had like really good productions, like really good mixes. Like the first thing that comes to mind is Luther Vandross. The song Never Too Much, Marcus Miller played on it. And you can probably separate the stems and it's probably gonna sound pretty fucking good. And you can like take out the kick and the snare, just make it your own. But like, it's not really that good. Like you can't just take out like a vocal from a track and the vocal is gonna sound like amazing. It's not. Is it is it snake oil? Not really, but again, to a degree, it is. Like when it comes to other instruments, like whenever you go to the other track, like right here or here, this sounds bad. And this is basically, to me, a professional musician and a mix engineer and all that, I would say like that it's unusable, honestly. But you're not going to use it for this. You're going to use it for the kicks. You're going to use it for the snares. You're going to use it for the hats. You're going to use it for maybe even percussion. It depends on the song. And then you're going to use it for bass. All right, so before we finish this video, I just want to do a little test. And I noticed that everything like in the other stem, when it comes to other instruments, it sounds like it's out of phase, and I want to test it out. So we're going to go back, and we're going to go to my Cubase, and we're going to spool up some isotope ozone, and we'll see what's happening there. All right, now we're back in Cubase, or like for the first time in Cubase, and what I wanted to check out is if it has any phasing issues. And I can hear, like, I'm on my headphones. I'm not in my main studio. This is like just a video studio for me, and this is where I'm going to record most of the music. But the main studio, like this was a vocal booth before, and I had to take some shit out and get my whole like video stuff inside. But the other room is basically a actual like recording studio where I have like three-way monitors and all of that. But even on my headphones, I can hear that there are some phasing issues. So this is Ozone 11, and this is its imager. So I want you to look at this. Like, if you don't know how this works, this is the center of your mix, and this are the sides. But if you go across these like barely visible lines that I swear if they don't show on YouTube, I'm gonna be very pissed off. But there are some lines here, and if you go outside of these lines, your mix is basically gonna be out of phase, and that is not good. That just means that like most of the energy is gonna be out of phase on your speakers, and it just doesn't sound right. So this is how the original mix sounds. You can see that like most of it is in the middle because like it's just kick, snare, vocal, bass. I don't know if there's like there's no guitars there, but like most of the shit is in the middle, and that's what's driving the song. But in the stem, because all of the processing is just like misplaced a bunch of stuff, and now you have a lot of stuff out of phase. So the way that you would counter it is to bring it to mono. But then it just sounds even worse. It's just terrible now. It loses all the body, all the energy, like the presence of the guitars are not there, like in the stereo. Right? And it's basically unusable. Like, if you want to sample it, like, this stuff is unusable. Maybe it's going to work for another song, but I wouldn't say that it's going to. I don't know. I guess you gotta figure it out on your own. But the way that you do this is basically, I just made another track, and I just had like a mid-side thing, and I removed the side, so I only have the middle. So this is how the middle sounds like. So this is just the middle, but if you flip it out of phase to the original track, you're gonna get this, and these are just gonna be the sides. So the reason why I did this is because I wanted to see if it's actually doing what I thought it was, but it actually wasn't. So there's some actual like AI processing or whatever that's happening here, because you still have some things in the center. You still hear the guitars, you still hear some of the body and some of the presence of the other instruments, but again, you lose so much, and it's not completely out of phase, like in this example. And again, this example is basically me flipping everything out of phase, like completely getting rid of the middle, so I can only get things that are out of phase. And it's not doing that. So is it good? Is it any good? I guess it is, because yes, you can make it on your own. Yes, it's gonna take you a while, but if it comes to that, like, would I rather just push a button and have it in front of me and maybe get surprised because it might be good, or just get disgusted and just like throw it away? Or would I like spend hours trying to get to this? I would rather pay $10 to have that option, and sure, I can use it for the kicks, I can use it for the snares, I can use it for the hats, as I said, maybe even the bass, but yeah, other than that, I don't really think that this is going to work with the instruments or the vocals. Maybe there are going to be some songs that you can use it on, maybe it's going to spark your creativity, and that is the only thing that matters in the end. But this, from a technical standpoint, it is simply not something that I would ever advise you to do on an actual song. If you do it, try to mono it, or even try to use like a stereo enhancer, and instead of trying to enhance it, try to like drop the width down. Yeah, like already at like 60%, it like spikes out of the phase. But if you keep it like, if you're using this one, it's like just like Cubase's stereo enhancer, keep it under 50%. And this now sounds much better than it did here. And honestly, I don't know why Akai didn't think of this before. Because having this out of phase stuff, no bueno. It's just not good. So my final verdict is that it's good. It's gonna inspire a lot of people. It can do a lot of things to spark your creativity, but from the technical standpoint, it is just like, this is unusable unless you use it in like a very quirky and weird way, and you just like introduce like small sample tidbits, like horns or whatever you find in samples that you want to, in songs that you want to sample. But yeah, I don't know. My final verdict is that it is easier to just press a button and it's just gonna like deliver you the stems and all of that. It's easier than doing it yourself, but it's not something that is completely new or game-changing. It's okay, but then again, I guess whatever. It's $10. See, like if you bought the MPC X or the Key 37 or whatever, might as well upgrade. Like it's just $10. It's not that bad. But yeah, that is all for today, guys. Please subscribe because this is a new channel. I just basically made it, and I need 1,000 subscribers to like monetize the channel. I also need watch time and blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. But I already have a couple of channels that are monetized. But yeah, thank you for watching again, and don't forget to bring the towel when you're traveling through space, and mwah, bye.